Welcome back, and now we start Chapter 1. The battle begins. At the mercenary port, good morning, Ike. Today's your first day as a professional soldier, isn't it? Yeah, I'm ready to go. What you are is late. The others were suited up and ready at the break of dawn. Sorry. I'll get up earlier from now on. So what is my first job? I'm talking with Titania right now. Wait inside until we're done. Yes, sir. Very well, Commander Grail. Shall we continue? You were telling me about some bandits that needed to take care of, weren't you? Correct. A request comes from a nearby village. According to our reports, the bandits are not all that strong. I think it's best if I ride out and take a look. I'm planning on taking Oscar and Boyd along with me. Just the brothers? Go ahead and add Ike to your team. Shinon, Gatry, and I will handle the other two jobs easily enough. Titania? Oh, sorry, doing these voices makes me want to yawn. I'm leaving Ike in your care. I'm trusting you'll show him the ropes. Understood, Commander. Come on, Ike. Let's get you set up. Alright. My first job. Captain Titania. Preparations are complete, and I'm ready to go. Impeccable timing. It's nice to know we can always count on you to be at the ready, Oscar. Don't forget about me. I'm ready for action. Is that so, Boyd? That's a surprise. Ha! Not today, it isn't. Today I'm going to be an absolute model of perfection. I need to set a good example for Ike. I'll take your word for it. Your first campaign and last. I know you've wanted this for a while. Are you nervous, Ike? I think I was more nervous last night. I could hardly sleep. This morning, I'm feeling pretty good. It's the calm before the storm. You should try to relax. You're not going to be out there alone. Yeah, you're right. Right. Everyone ready? Let's go. Nah, he'd only be out there alone if it was an Ike solo, but this isn't an Ike solo. No, I really don't want to go trying, and I really don't want to do an Ike solo. At Caldea. Alright, let me explain what is going on. This is the map of Caldea. They've hired us to drive off some bandits. We're the blue marks here. The red dots are the bandits. Which, there are a few of them. There aren't that many of them, but we can't get careless. The one in front of the building up north is their leader. Our mission is to take them out and recapture that building. Ike, listen up. All this is old news to me, but I can give a rookie like you a few tips. First off, don't get yourself worked up and jump out in front of everyone. Just end up getting hurt. Oh, crap. Don't try too much, Ike. When things get dangerous, you can and should rely on us. As long as you watch how the enemy moves carefully, you'll be fine. Think this is a training mission. I'll do that. Oscar, Boyd, thanks for your help. Don't mention it. Just sit back and watch how a professional handles things. Enough chit-chat, you three. We've got work to do. Ike, before you engage an enemy, take a good look at his weapon. The weapon you use often determines who has the upper hand in a fight. For example, the axe I'm wielding serves me well against lances, but it fares less well against swords. And my lance is great against swords, not against axes. And to complete the triangle, my sword is strong against axes, but weak against lances, right? Yes, exactly. If you can remember that, you'll be more effective in combat. That's just the basics, though. This will come in handy soon enough, so don't forget it. Swords over axes. I won't forget. Not if I remember I'll always have the advantage over you, Boyd. You think you can find a different way of remembering? Yeah, thanks. And one more thing, don't forget to visit the locals. We're here to help after all. The builders should welcome our presence. Well, now in this we get three new characters, but a reintroduction to Boyd, since he now no longer has the discipline skill. He looks a lot more like a fighter should be. High HP, high strength, decent amount of speed. Defenses will look a little low, especially resistance. He starts out with an iron axe, level E axe, but he has a D in axes, and he has a skill Tempest, which doubles the biorhythm effect. And what biorhythm does, as you can see, there's this wavy pattern that you see that will keep going, and at every turn it'll go along this path. Everything above the line will give a positive benefit, and everything below it will give a negative effect. It will affect your hit and avoid percentages by 5 or 10%, or in the case of Boyd, by 10 and 20%. Would love to ditch that. Tempest is not, it's quite the double-edged sword on anybody. And he also comes with a fighter band that'll boost up choose stats. I cannot remember which one, but I'll be switching around these bands to help out people. And now we also have Titania, a level 1 paladin. She's technically what would be considered the Jagan of the game, but she's not quite a Jagan. She's more like an Oife, where you get an already promoted unit, usually a paladin, who has pretty good stats, and their stats can look pretty good all throughout, because their growths are still okay, which is the definition of an Oife, which comes from FE4's Oife. She has a steel axe and an iron axe, and her stats are not too bad. She also has a vulnerary. She starts out with a C in lances and an A in axes, and she has the skill counter, which if she gets damage, then the enemy will receive half that damage when it activates, of course. She's a light attribute, and she's going to be a pretty helpful unit throughout. I may consider using her throughout the whole game. Then we got Oscar, a level 3 Lance Knight. And he's one half of the Red-Green Cavalier duo. What the Red and Green Cavaliers are, of course, Red and Green Cavaliers, those on Knights, who stand out because they'll show in red and green. Usually, the Green Cavalier, or Oscar here, will excel quite well in skill and speed, and may lack a little bit though in their strength, their HP. But Oscar here is still a decently good unit. His Red Cavalier counterpart we'll encounter in a few chapters later, but he starts out with an iron lance, and he has a paladin band, which will help him quite a bit. He starts out with a C in lances, and he doesn't have any skills onto him. And he's also one of the very good known Earth attributes. Double Earth is quite a good thing for a big avoid bonus. So you can pair him up with the likes of Ike, and they'll be quite good on the avoid bonus. I consider Oscar to probably be one of the two units you want to get supports on with Ike. And just to note to look here, in the North American version of Path of Radiance, Ike will start with 4 iron swords, which is quite overkill on his iron swords. Though it's quite useful if you're going to do an Ike solo. Now to actually move around. Let's take Titania here. And I really don't want to look at anything as part of the design, but over here you get a steel sword, which is very useful for Ike, since Ike can use steel swords right away with the D. I'm going to send him over here. As you can tell, axes are not exactly the most accurate weapon in the world. It'll take a while to first see your axe users not named Titania, show actually 100%. Do your best to try to keep Oscar away from all these axe users. It can be quite painful if he comes across them. What's going on out there? Is there some sort of army? Ah, a bunch of mercenaries looking for the next meal. Excuse me? Villagers must have hired them. Listen up, lads. Hurt them and hurt them bad. We let this bunch live, and we'll have hordes of pirates hounding us for the rest of our days. Stuff's full of villains. They think they can buy a bunch of sellswords to chase us away. It ain't gonna work how they want. All they want is trouble and a bunch of ruined houses. Tear them down, boys, and I'll teach them. Fortunately, there was gonna be no way you could have saved that house. It's plot relevant. Nope! Boyd's gonna take care of this one real easily. Now to Ike. Nope. Critical! Whoa! Ike, calm down, man! Not the time for you to start coloring. No, that made things a little quicker. Oh well. Now that things are a little bit more clear, we could send Oscar over here to take care of the Myrmidon right here. I can go a little bit more forward. Let's step back one space. Let Boyd take care of this axe, take care of the spider. And hold on for just a moment. Alright, back. Stuff doesn't really want to record today. Let's just skip like nobody's business. Anyway. Oh, it goes right towards Ike. Why'd you go to Ike? You're bait for Oscar. Alright, but still, Ike gets a level up. Shouldn't complain too much. HP, defense. Okay. Alright. Titania. Want to visit? Seraph robe. Seraph robe is a pretty useful item because it'll increase a user's HP by 7. Probably gonna give that to Ike over here. Anyway. Hold on a little bit. Let's let Ike... Yeah, let's let Ike weaken him a bit, provided he doesn't critical on a 3%. Ow. That hurt a little. And now let's let Oscar, hopefully, finishing this guy off. See. I can't shove. Let's. Kind of scared of that axe user. My work here is done. This house is totaled. Time to move on to bigger things. Now I smash me some mercenaries. Go right to Boyd. Alright. As long as you couldn't get to Ike. Then, yeah, this guy's about to be one-rounded by Titania. Nope. She's gonna one-round everything. not going to get much experience early on. Right to Oscar. Alright. 1, 10. Yeah, I could kind of see who's going to win this one. Now I can start doubling people. Yeah, we're just going to move Ike over here. Let him use the vulnerary. Void should theoretically, provided he doesn't miss, hit this guy. There we go. Now it's Oscar's turn. And he gets an iron sword, which kind of has no use here. They really make sure early on you're ready for Ike soloing. Anyway, time to take on the big boss man. Hey, you're nothing but a boy. Well, every brat needs beaten now and then. Are you ready for it? Not today. If you want to run away, now's your chance. Here, imagine that, assassin. Don't that beat all. Cut! You! Ike's got quite the triangle advantage. And the turn. Cause all that's needed here is for Ike to see this place. Or beat the boss. I can't remember what I've named it. Ow! Cut! You! Yeah, it's just for Ike to see. Which is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen after I beat this guy, which is gonna be now. I meant for better than this. I don't want to die here. Too bad, you are. I cut you many times. Just enough for another level up. Nice. Strength, speed, luck, resistance. Oh my gosh, I've got 2 resistance points. And now we got another iron axe. But we're gonna... A nice little victory music. But it's time to seize and clear the map. That's the end of it. Ike, are you alright? Yeah, I'll be fine. You know, you surprised me to think we've come so far. Look at my father, though. We've still got such a long way to go. There's nothing you can do about that. After all, Commander Grail is... Huh? What about my father? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Now I'm really curious. Don't worry. You'll learn all about it someday. Hey, Ike. That wasn't bad for your first bout. Not as flashy as my first time, though. Yeah, you're a real standout. I never forgot the sight you so... I'll never forget the sight of you so keyed up you broke your own axe. Oscar! Dang it! You think I have to bring that up? Anyway, Ike, congrats on finishing your first mission. Welcome to the group. Everyone alright? Now let's get going. I'm sure Mist has a nice hot meal waiting for us. And that concludes Chapter 1, folks. We'll be right back, and we'll get started on Chapter 2.